Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Gonna have a crossout video for us today, guys. Now in today's video, we are going to be going over Helican hovers and hovers in general. Now there's two reasons I wanted to do this video today. Firstly is because I wanted to show off the new buffed Helicans. Basically, for those who do not know, the Helicans got a change to their perk. Now it activates after 120 meters instead of it previously. I want to say it was 180 meters. Basically, getting at much closer range now, which is really, really nice because it gives you an extra like 50% of your damage and 30% to your blast radius. Basically, meaning that Helicans are much better now at not only dealing damage but also in a supporting role, providing heat to your teammates. Because the Helican provides heat, you get when you get the perk on the heat in round, you get an extra 30% blast radius onto it, which means that it heats more of the enemy's build, which is really, really cool. And the second reason I wanted to make this video is because there's quite a fun comp in Clan Wars at the moment. Probably one of the few, probably the best actually Punisher comp, or the most fun to play Punisher comp. And it's kind of unique in the sense that it is a four hovered four playered hovered comp. So normally for the last like since Finn will come out for the most part, like the last year or so, you haven't seen a full hovered team in Crossout just because they tend to get jumped by either Devourer cars, Master cars, Pony cars, and enemy cars. There's a bunch of things with a Finwheel perk and a Yeti that can sneak up on a hover and deal a lot of damage. But one of the few hover comps that can actually deal with this is when you have one Hellgun here to provide range to your team, basically meaning that the enemy team usually has to push you unless they have a better ranged weapon, like say a Scorpion or a Typhoon, but you don't see much of those at the moment. So you have the range advantage, meaning the enemy has to push you, and then you back up the Helican with free Punisher hovers. The Punisher hovers provide consistent DPS, and they also provide plenty of decloak. And the nice thing you can do is that when you have those four hovers working together, you can just like act as a team and focus fire and fall back together, which is quite actually rare in Clan Wars these days. Very few team comps require you to push as a team or push like completely together or kite together, because at the moment it's either punny spiders whereby you like take different angles from another and try to get as big a like surface area as you can for the most part, or you're playing like punisher wheeled builds whereby you're basically doing the same thing. You're trying to split up and take different angles. But the hover comp with the one Helican and the three punishers is really fun because, like I said, you play as a really team and you've got to focus fire the enemy in order to win. So one guy comes out of cloak, you decloak them, everyone calls out the name, you heat him with the Helicons, and then you focus him with three punishers, and they basically disintegrate because, not only are Helicons a lot better now with their perk change, but punishers are absolutely ridiculous. So you add range damage and heat to an enemy, and then hit him with three punnies, he basically just disappears, which is like unfortunate, but it's unfortunate that you have to run Punishers so much in Clan Wars now, but this is probably my favorite Punisher comp out of all of them. I've got some really good games to show off just to illustrate this. Now, it's really fun to play this comp. I would say that if you are the Helican player, it's probably a lot more boring if you are the Hover player, but it's just, like I said, it's kind of unenviable fact that at the moment in Clan Wars, especially on console, you need to just run Punisher spam. So trying to make the most fun Punisher comp you can is actually kind of nice, and this is definitely my favorite. So got some games to show off now, guys. Hope you all enjoy, and thank you for watching. Actually, never mind. I forgot to go over the build. I just realized. So, the build in question, the build I prefer to run on Helican Hover these days is a Catalina cabin. You can actually, one of the cool things about Helicans is that you can actually run on a Hover quite a few cabins. You can run a Catalina, you can run, say, a Steppy Spider cabin, or Steppy cabin, I should say, to buff the projectile speed and accuracy of the Helicons. That's kind of nice. You can run a Dusk cabin if you want, because that ups the damage, but makes it harder to shoot. Or you can run a Photon cabin if you want, just because the Helicons also provide heat. So if you hit someone with the Heating Shell and the Explosive Shell, that's going to do more damage because of the Photon. Now, I personally prefer the Catalina cabin, just because of the power and the mobility, but also it's really nice insurance if you run up against enemy spiders, because say if you were to go one Helican and three Punisher hovers against like a bunch of spider teams, what will happen is that your Punisher teammates will need to get closer to the enemy, obviously because they are a closer ranged weapon, and you'll just sit back and farm your Catalina charges, basically meaning that your Punisher teammates are going to take most of the damage. So that theoretically, by the time they die, you're going to be mostly full HP with 10 stacks of Catalina. And, buff Telecons on 10 stacks of Catalina with a Jackie on his build, it's like an absolute truck. The build in question isn't mine, it's an exhibition build. I want to see from one of the Xbox guys, possibly RQT or Darbro, can't quite remember. But it's really, really good build. I'll probably end up swapping out the Jackie for an Omamori for the weekend or for tomorrow, just because Omamori in a Punisher meta feels a lot safer, to be honest. But yeah, anyway, thank you all for watching, guys, and now we will actually jump into the games. Keep running around that big rock. Kel, I'm gonna hit Kel. Bug. Ignore the bug, go on at the Monos too. Bug, your team is not gonna be pleased with you today. Bug's on fire. What do you guys want to do? Push or kite? Okay, I guess we'll go kite. Just drop back behind this rock, guys. Drop back behind this rock. This one better. Drop back, drop back, drop back. Or an enemy car gets a shot in. Yeah, let's push these two on right. Just counter push on right now. Counter push on right because an enemy will be coming in soon. Nemi next, Nemi next. Nice. Yokozo's heated. Jojo, we'll hit Jojo next. Yokozo got one. Give me my stocks, please. Guys, if you push the dogs, because I can't really hit, to be honest. Oh, never mind, one's on it. Trying to shoot over your asses onto like a single Punisher is not the easiest. Wait, what the hell? They're moving kind of slow. Uno's heated. I'm gonna hit Uno again now. Suppose everything ran out. What is their plan here? Okay. Oh. Excuse me. Yeah, no heated. I'm gonna heat no again now. Master car is heated. He lost the gun. Yeah, he's stripped. Okay, everyone's stripped. Should put it left out. Reaper boy is getting heated. Could you try and pressure our guy on the right? Any chance? Oh, they're dropping, watch out. I got a punny pushing me, I'm just gonna kite him. I'm gonna take a guess and say they have the exact same thing. Donnie's getting heated. Reaper boy. Behind, two rogues, watch out. Hope behind, watch out. Nemesis dropping. Let's go, guys. Let's push this guy left, just murdering them. He's hot. This rod guy, watch out. Rod lost one. Roll strip. Right, and that is it for the Helican Catalina gameplay. I really like Helicans. I really like the changes they've made to them. They feel a lot better now. To be honest, I actually prefer Helicans in the current meta over Mastodons, which is quite surprising considering it's me and we're in the middle of a punny meta on console at the moment. The main reason for that is because Helicans are just a lot better at chewing through an Aegis. If you shoot an Aegis build, which most Punisher, Hovers, or Wheel builds will have, if you shoot at the Aegis in a Helican, you will probably drop the Aegis, heat the enemy, and deal a little bit of damage through the Aegis, which is quite nice. The problem with Mastodons is that the Mastodons don't really have the damage, depending on what you run it on. Like, you can run it on Photon, it's not really the case, but most Mastodons, they will drop the Aegis maybe and then not really do much damage and just heat the other player, and then he just goes around the corner, which feels kind of pointless. But Helicons feel a lot more like reliable against Aegis, which is quite nice. And it's just kind of nice to have a weapon, unlike the Mastodon, that doesn't weigh, 5 freaking tons, which just means you can run the Helicon on a lot more builds. You run a Helicon on a Hover or, a Spider, Heavy Spider, Myriad build, wherever you want, really. It's quite it's quite a universal weapon, and you can put it on your Momori if you wanted to, so you don't have to worry about it getting one-shotted by a scope, which is quite nice. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video, guys. If you do have Helicons, I would definitely recommend giving them a try because they feel much better these days. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you for tomorrow's video.